Sheldon, what a performance, man.
Thank you.
How'd you do it, man? How did you stay composed during those late?
You know, I was super tired, but I couldn't worry about that right now. And so I think just staying composed and just trusting God's plan and what He has for me.
You lost to Lilledahl earlier in the season and you beat him now. What adjustments did you make?
We really didn't make too much adjustments. Like, it was a close match back in December, and that one I just didn't finish a couple of my shots. And even though I didn't finish these ones here, you know, just staying composed I think was the main thing. I was just building confidence the whole year. So.
Tell me about the overtime scramble, and was it just hold on to your life at that point?
Yeah, you know, he had a really good grip, and he had like a really good game plan to like break my grip. And right then I was like, oh man, this is not good. But we just kind of held on for dear life, and just like leave it up to God's plan. So.
Speaking of those scrambles towards the out of bounds, I mean, you were nearly on your back, or you know, it could have went either way. How were you able to stay composed and not give up points there?
You know, just resting through all the positions. Like, same thing what happened in round of 16. Just staying composed and just always wrestling, and just whatever happens, happens.
How important is that scrambling ability on the edge and not giving up anything there?
That was huge. I mean, that basically saved the match. Even though I gave up a stall call is way better than giving up a takedown and ended up losing the match. So, just being able to do that and just knowing like the situation like really helped.
Once you knew it was going into overtime, what were you running through?
Just trying to stay calm and just trying not to think about how tired I am.
To get your win, you know, you're in the semis. What do you need to do?
I think just, you know, recover, go back, get good nutrition, rehydrate, and just keep it going for the semis.
What was the plan for the ride in the tiebreaker? Because that felt like maybe the best ride of your life.
Yeah, you know, I just knew I had to get to 13 seconds and not giving up a stall call. Even though I gave up a stall call, I still got more ride time. And so at that point, when I looked back at the clock, it was all 5 seconds. Like, I just got to hold on for the next 5 seconds. It's going to be the longest 5 seconds of my life, but we were able to hold on. So.
I know you got more to do, more to win yet. Does this prove to yourself that you're capable of winning at this level?
Yeah, you know, I feel super confident. Like, Luke Lilledahl, he's a great opponent, like great person. So it's just always fun to scrap with all these guys. And I mean, I think on any given day, any of us could win this tournament. And so just having that mentality and just knowing that we're all in it together and like we're all going to compete to our hardest, and just knowing that it's a real game changer.
What's this going to mean to the folks back in the northern tier?
It's going to hopefully mean everything. You know, I've worked a long time. A lot of like my friends, family, they've been texting me all weekend and just wishing me luck and stuff like that. So I know the whole town of Troy is watching. So I'm just glad to make them proud.
Sheldon, Pat said last night that you've been dreaming about this moment coming to your first tournament for years and years and years. Did you, in your dreams, imagine beating number 1 seed the way you did?
I was like dreaming about this like all week, you know, obviously taking it one match at a time, but knowing that this moment came, just having that opportunity to wrestle Luke Lilledahl again. You know, we wrestled back in December, so it's just a great time to get able to wrestle him again. So.
How did wrestling him in December, did that help for tonight? Was it good that you wrestled him before?
Yeah, obviously, like, you know, getting like that tough opponents like during the season, like it's all leading up to this. Like, this is the biggest tournament of all our lives, so just having like that experience and just being prepared for this moment was really helpful, getting like to wrestle him in December. So.